All right, back at you. Okay, I don't know where it cut off last time, so it's gonna pick up. We were talking about how the tactics of how you sequence a burn and how you can build a buffer of black along the edges carefully, and then throw more intensity at the interior of the unit. So we're just going to go up and take a look at where the black lining is taking place. Mic check. All right. Live streaming rookie here outside the confines of the lookout. Yeah, so things are going pretty well. Been burning for about 2 hours here. Got two different burning teams today that are kind of mixed. City of Chico Fire Department and Big Chico Creek Ecological Reserve. Folks from the Plumas County Prescribed Fire Training Exchange, Auburn Rancheria, Terra Fuego Resource Foundation, Deer Creek Resources. And the city's running the show. Got Chris Zinko, Deputy Chief of Chico Fires, our burn boss today. Got Dan Kelleher from Firestorm out here, training a City of Chico firing boss. Dan's, burned all over, extremely experienced. Got QTAC out here. They're getting photos of the really cool fire equipment that they build here in Chico. So this is the head of the
dog hotspot.
All right, yeah. So this is the kind of the crux of the operation here, right? We got dry fuels and a hill over here on this side that we do not want to catch on fire, and behind us we've got all this black that we've created. So these folks here just kind of need to take their time and use fire to widen this fire line, right? So we got like a fire line here that's 4 feet wide. We wouldn't want to run like a head fire like you saw earlier at that. So we got kind of this choreography here. We got kind of our lead lighter. It's going to light right off the trail. I got the next person after that's going to add a little depth to that. And they're going to carefully just bring fire down this trail.
The way that wind's going, you might want to go out there and light back, light us up.
So Dan Keller here. Dan burned a lot out in Nebraska. Hey Kelleher, you got a trainee. How's it going?
Good. This young man, he's got big old long legs. He's doing great.
He's covering some ground.
Listens well and he's smart.
Takes instruction.
Yep.
All right.
Easy for people not to get enough credit, right? Who they are.
All right, so here we got what we call favorable wind, right? The winds that are back, we light the line here, and the wind blows it off. So this is good news for if you're trying to, say, light a backfire. It's bad news if you hadn't already started firing the other side of the unit. All right, like we don't want to get a wind shift here and have a head fire that runs over and pushes hard on areas that we haven't burned yet, right? So in grass, watching out for wind shifts is really important because dynamics change quickly with grass fires, and you have to adjust your tactics quickly. So the firing boss's job is to kind of be aware of all those different dynamics and choreograph their lighters and their holders to make sure they can keep their firing show rolling, because really what this is about is kind of a conveyor belt. We're moving this operation along. We have to keep making progress, because the whole thing about burning grass units is that you're kind of working out a timing where you get black around it in a sequence that you want, and if you don't get that box closed, then a wind shift can take the fire away out of your box, right? So firing boss has to keep all that in mind as they light, as they carry fire, coordinate their firing team. Hey, Jason. Yeah, so depending on your conditions, you know, this can go fast, this can go slow, and you just have to kind of adjust to work with what you're given. Got Jason Black here. Jason's president of QTAC. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing today and what you do with your equipment.
With our equipment, so we build UTV skids, truck skid, and full brush trucks. And for us, we've got about 6 pieces of equipment out here on various apparatus, mostly UTVs, but we've got also a 3-batch or a 3-tank batch mixing system in a utility truck for FOS check or for long-term fire retardant. But for us, really, we're here because we get to observe and we get to talk to our customers and understand how they use the product and also get feedback. So it's a great learning experience for us, both in what you do for a living and how we can make our product better.
That's good, brother.
So, yeah, tell me about QTAC. How did you guys get into how did you get started in, so a big part of what you do is weld plastic, right?
That's right. We started in plastic fabrication, and one of the great applications for that material and that technology is fire truck tanks. So we started building fire truck tanks years ago.
And you guys started off making duck blinds, was that right?
Oh, that was later on. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that was a short project, but yeah, we did do that. So we did truck tanks and truck bodies, and then over the years went into the end user apparatus, so full builds, and now we do everything from radio installs and cradle point installs to building UTV skids.
All right.
So the goal for us is to build apparatus that we've got something that meets each wildland application,
right,
all the way up to the brush truck.
Right. I think it's exciting that, you know, that prescribed fire is a real kind of growth industry, right?
Yes,
you guys are helping us gear up, and that there's this whole new niche of kind of equipment that's not necessarily a 1,000-gallon fire truck, but like a UTV. Like later on, maybe we'll check out this one you've got here. You guys have got the Cadillac.
Yeah, this is the Polaris, the new XD 1500.
You know, Dan and I'm sure you guys have done some of this market research. Dan and I burned a lot out in Nebraska, and some of the hillbilly fire engines out there, like photo album worthy, you know, like it's the opposite end of the spectrum from what you guys do.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, we hear that a lot too, especially in prescribed burning, because you can make your own equipment, and there's nothing to say you can't. What we're offering is a turnkey solution that's been designed for a specific